All right, y'all. So we got some news coming out of football, and that is Vanderbilt University's quarterback, Diego. He ended up going to court against the NCAA. He had a big victory, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Also, my apologies for the audio. I'm currently in my car, so I'm not in front of my microphone. He ended up upsetting Alabama this year. I think they was number one team in the country. Vanderbilt ain't beat a top team since John F. Kennedy was in office, more than likely. But he went to court because he was going to be ruled ineligible. However, on Wednesday, a Tennessee judge granted Pavia's request for a temporary injunction against the NCAA rules and its rules related to seasons of eligibility. Pavia exhausted of eligibility after having played 2 years of junior college and 3 years in Division I, is challenging the NCAA's policy that counts as junior college stint on players' eligibility clock. NCAA athletes get 5 calendar years to play 4 seasons. Junior college counts as a season of play. The court, at least temporarily, has agreed with the quarterback. Junior college is not part of NCAA institution, should not count against a player's NCAA eligibility. According to the court's rulings, the court cannot enforce its eligibility rule. The NCAA cannot enforce its eligibility rules that would normally prohibit Pavia from playing one or more seasons in Division I football. So basically what they're saying is, in a nutshell, to sum it up, is that if you play 2 years of junior college, you still have 4 years of NCAA eligibility, because junior college is what? The NJCAA, and Division 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3 is NCAA. So technically those are two different entities. I have no problem with it. I'm with the players. That's good. You get 6 years. Even if you're not an NFL player, you get NIL deals, and you can really, in theory, you can get your master's degree. If you spend 2 years at a Juco and 4 years in college, or you can still go pro. Like a lot of these players, I remember watching an interview about in Canada, even some players still need an extra 1 or 2 years to be dominant. Jerome Harrison. Jerome was the guy, he didn't start in the NFL till he was 29 years old for the Steelers. But imagine if you had total of 6 years in college. Hell, and if you do a red shirt, that's 7 years. So just imagine, even if you don't go pro, you can pretty much get a master's degree for free in 7 years. So I don't have no problem with that. And honestly, the NCAA, they're really just falling apart. You remember at one point you couldn't even get a ride from nobody. Now people got these $1 million endorsement deals. You've seen coaches like Coach K and Nick Saban and other people retiring abruptly because, the landscape is changing. I forget his name, AJ, I forget his last name, but he just went to BYU. They say he get anywhere between $5 and $7 million for a season. So, I mean, really, is it even amateur anymore? But like I said, that's cool that you can now, at least temporarily, you get more years of eligibility. And I'm sure the NCAA, they'll be okay with this. Even remember, at one point, you could sign to a college, right? You could sign to a school. The coach could leave the next day. You stuck there. And if you want to transfer, you got to sit out a year. Now they got it where you can transfer many times as you want to, which I only think that most people should only get one freebie unless your coach leave. I hope maybe they modify that, but they probably won't. But that gives people opportunity to switch schools. Matter of fact, what's his name? Jaden Daniels. He went to Arizona State, transferred to LSU, and then won a Heisman, and he killed it in Washington, D.C. Our quarterback, Caleb Williams, did 1 year Oklahoma, transferred to USC, won the Heisman. He been struggling with the Bears, but he still transferred. So I'm glad that they got this ruling. And like I said, you get a free education. If y'all got nephews and sons, like I tell my son, look, ain't nothing wrong with the Juco route now, especially if they gonna uphold this ruling and you get 2 years of eligibility. You can get your associates transferring in to college, to a Division I school, and you still got 4 more years of eligibility. That's crazy. But I just want to get my quick thoughts about it. Again, I apologize for the audio, but let me know what y'all think.